Hey everyone, I thought that I would take a few minutes today to chat with you guys about some of the comments that I'm seeing in your reflection papers. Really great job on these last round of presentations. I know for a few people there were some difficulties, and I want to talk about some of those that I saw. But I'm really wanting to address some of the comments that you're making in your reflection papers. I think you guys are doing a great job of being reflective about your progress and how things are going with becoming a public speaker. But there are kind of three areas that I'm seeing commented on time and time again. And the first one is that of memorization. I see a lot of you saying, oh, I need to work harder on memorizing, or it's so hard to memorize 5 minutes worth of material. And I want to say it is very difficult to memorize 5 minutes of it. It's difficult to remember to memorize 1 minute of material. We don't memorize in public speaking. I know that that is something that's taught in the K-12 system, especially with Tropicana. If any of you guys did that in elementary school, it's not actually what we do in public speaking. It is awful. It sounds artificial. It's really hard. It is anxiety inducing. It's just not what we want. We want to communicate with people. So we do, and we've talked a little bit about this in your text, and I've talked a little bit about it in the module overviews and in my announcements. We're doing what we call extemporaneous delivery. And extemporaneous delivery is where you research, you write, you plan ahead of time, you use that outline, and you get a plan for what you want to say, and you think about it, and you talk about it, and you kind of check to make sure you have all the different components of your introduction, that you have your transitions, that kind of thing. And then after you've kind of written it, right, you begin to practice it. But every time you're practicing, you want to change it up a little bit. You want to, if it was big, maybe next time you say huge. It was enormous. It was not small, right? Like you just keep changing it up a little bit, using different words, different phrasing, so that you get really familiar and comfortable talking about your content and kind of the organization, but not trying to say it word for word. That pressure of wanting to say it exactly as you wrote it is unnecessary. Your outline, your written speech isn't your speech. It's a guide for your speech. So maybe switch that a little bit for yourselves and see if that helps. We're not memorizing. We're doing extemporaneous. Memorization is really difficult, and we don't do it. The second thing that I'm seeing a lot of commentary on is procrastination. You wish you'd given yourself more time. You're a lifelong procrastinator. Me too, 42, still procrastinator. Here's the key for all of us procrastinators. You don't outgrow it. This is just your kind of it for life. I know the college success people are probably screaming at me right now because they're like, yes, you can not be a procrastinator. I think you're always a procrastinator. You just learn to deal with it better. So I want you guys to really think about what can you do to make this better for you, because public speaking takes more time than I think a lot of people realize, notoriously longer. You have to research and write, and you have to work on delivery, and it takes a lot of time. So think about writing a paper for ENC 1101 or 1102, for example, and only being halfway done at the end of writing your paper with the assignment. That's kind of what public speaking is, right? So give yourself lots of time. Because I'm a procrastinator, one of the things that I do is I set mini deadlines for myself. Okay, so like the final deadline is on this date. So here are 4 other deadlines of pieces that I can work on and have done before that, which is kind of how I set the class up. So, 1 week we're working on topics, 1 week we're working on research, 1 week we're working on writing, 1 week we're working on delivery, speech, right? So if you follow along with the module overviews and you're kind of getting that work done as we go, it may help you space it out. You're not trying to do all this right before it's due and turning it in like the Thursday that it's due, and you wrote it the night before that morning, and then you're reading either off your screen or off to the side of the camera or from your notes. It's just it's not going to be productive or helpful for you. And again, stressful. So be kind, man. Give yourself some more time to work on it so you're not stressed out. A stressed speaker is not, it's not good. It's not going to help you work on that. And then this kind of feeds into the third thing that I keep seeing is that people want, and I asked you guys, like, what's something else I can help you with, or what's something you want to learn that you haven't learned already, or something like that. It's a question. And you guys, I love it. You guys say, I want to learn how to be absolutely 100% perfect and confident as a public speaker. And then I have this moment where I'm like, oh, why are they saying 100% perfect and confident? I want you to be confident, but 100% perfect? Absolutely not. Being perfect is kind of obnoxious, and as a public speaker, it's actually not that helpful. You want your audience to relate to you, and we can't relate to you if you're a robot and perfect. We need you to have a little boo-boo so we can see ourselves in you a little bit. So perfection, not the goal, right? That's just not human. And then confidence. Confidence as a public speaker comes with time and experience. The more you do it, the more confident you'll get about it. Think about when you first started learning to drive. You would get in the car, and I'm sure you were really nervous, especially if like your mom was in the car. Like my mom was the worst teacher when it came to driving a car. And I would get really tense and really nervous, and I would check everything 1,000 times. Now I pop in the car and turn the AC on and go. Like I don't think twice about it, right? And I'm sure you guys probably are the same. Same thing with public speaking. You don't do it a lot. You haven't done it a lot. You don't do it every day. So it will feel a little nerve-wracking at first. It gets easier. Just keep doing it. We in this class are here to learn basic skills and to begin practicing. You will continue what you learn in this class on and on. Like you'll do it in other classes, you'll do it at work, maybe you'll do it at a wedding. Like you'll learn, you'll practice this throughout life. Or not. Maybe you don't have those opportunities, and that's okay too. You don't have to do public speaking, but give yourself some grace, right? Like it takes a bit. It takes a while. My public speaking instructor would probably be very shocked to know that I now am a public speaking instructor. So it takes time. So anyway, I hope these things help. I just wanted to take a moment to address some of them and to say I think you guys are doing a great job. Keep up the good work. I'll talk to you guys later.